So I haven't been uploading much. I haven't even uploaded my Breeze and Stratton video, but this is my 91 Toyota pickup, or Toyota Tacoma, either one, but the older models ain't Tacomas. This, a pickup. It's a 5-speed, 4-wheel drive, 4-cylinder 22RE, which is electric and fuel injection. That's what the E stands for. It's a nice little truck. She got a little bit of damage from the cab corner here in the bed. You see some of the original paint that's still there. Bought it like this, didn't do this to it, so not even a big deal. This tire loses air. I got to figure out how to fix the leak. Haven't found it yet. It's a very slow leak. It's sitting on brand new 311050s. Not new rims, but new tires. I got a spare one just like that. The front is Dextro All-Terrain 311050s, and the back are Goodyear 311050s. And you're asking why I didn't get the same set. Well, we got it at a junkyard. These tires, they were sitting on the racks, where brand new tires that still had the stickers on. So the old rims and tires on them, they had some wear. But those two, and then those come off another truck. But those are, they're pretty basically brand new, if you ask me, because the tread's nice. Plus this truck hasn't drove in a while. The door's a little messed up. Can't really open it with the window down because the door latches. It's got a little seat damage though, not really worried about it. Just changed the clutch in it. So the 4-wheel drive shifter's out, and the 4-wheel drive drive shaft, because this thing has been very temperamental. Old starter and some other stuff. It's got a brand new starter on it. These old pickup trucks that you're working on, you always store stuff in them. This is a typical. It's got the lockers. It does not have a straight axle. It has the regular front end, or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what they call it. I don't know. It's not a straight axle though. And this door works perfectly fine, considering the cab corner damage. Although the window thing's messed up, you have to use vice grips, typical old truck. Has a cherry bomb on it, some other stuff, different bumper. Which all this was already on it when I bought the truck. We changed water pump, oil pump, belts, Hallmark balancer, which is the bottom, the big pulley that holds all your belts on, that is on the crankshaft. Changed some other stuff with her. Been changing sensors and stuff like that on the truck. Fixed the starting issue with some brand new, well, not brand new, but different battery terminals and different batteries. So that's out of the way. So she starts up nice, has a new starter. For an old truck that's 30 years old, it's a pretty good deal. Didn't pay, a lot for it, from where it come from. Didn't pay too much for it. Forgot how much we paid for it. I think it's like $2,000 for the truck. Sweet deal. Even though she has some damage, but missing the light. But had the truck for about, 2 or 3 years probably. Probably going on 3 now. The bumper's in good shape. The grill is messed up, but the hood still pops. Tailgate works. all your sensies and whatnot. The front end's good. The rear end's good. The transmission's definitely good. But the interior ain't too bad for a 30-year-old truck that's been beat on. When I mean beat on, it's been, been through it, son. So the 22RE. Thing about these trucks is they have an EGR, just like a normal, newer vehicle, unless it's carbureted, which I think carbureted motors still have an EGR. I'm not sure on that, so don't take me seriously on that. But it is it's a 91 Toyota single cab 5-speed 4-wheel drive with the 22RE 4-cylinder motor. She needs some valve adjustment because these trucks are very bad for valve adjustment. Now, she has a loud ticking noise, and stuff for research is mostly valves. First glance, you would think it'd probably be a rod or something in the bottom end of the motor, but it stops. It'll stop. Has some fuel issues, but she's a project truck. She's coming along pretty nice, to be honest, with all the stuff we've been working on it too. It's been about 2 days or 3 days since I've worked on it. I worked on it for like a week straight. I mean, before it run pretty good, but it had like a little valve chatter, and then it, you know, the starter wasn't working right, and the fuel pump and all that, dumped fuel and hydro locked, you know, typical good stuff. Then it started making a loud ticking noise. That's what made me think it might have been a rod. Well, further investigation, it's not a rod. It would be valve, your lifters, when they're very bad out of adjustment, especially if it's on the intake side. The intake side is more important, in my opinion, than the exhaust. The exhaust is important too, but the intake side is really important just because, you know, that's what helps it open, collect fuel like it's supposed to, and all that stuff. And the spark plugs are different colors, you know, different and more, some are flooded. That's how you know your lifters ain't opened up all the way. So further investigation needs valve adjustment. Now, they're not that hard to do. You just gotta make sure you do it right and do it, you know, tedious. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta do it correct. But other than that, the truck is pretty much ready to go. Other than the tire, she does air up. Don't lose air that fast, so fix that on a later day. But I'm pretty happy with the progress so far of the truck. Which she sat for a few months just because we didn't have the money to really do stuff with and didn't have the time. And now that we got the time, put the starter on, starts up, fix the battery terminals, all that good stuff. But before it sat for those months, we changed the clutch, the slave cylinder, you know, all your clutch assembly, which is the pressure plate, your clutch, your flywheel, and your slave cylinder. Bled that all good. So I'm pretty excited to see what the truck's gonna turn into. Right now she's just, you know, she's a little beater, but I mean, I'm not mad at it, you know. Pretty good for 30 years old. So, you know, just work as we go. I'll keep you updated on the truck. She don't look that much, but she is a good running truck until the valves come out of adjustment. But that's no biggie. Didn't do no damage to the motor or anything like that. Checked the oil, no metal shavings, so that's good. I mean, I was very happy to see there wasn't any metal shavings in the oil, and wasn't any sign of bad motor damage. So no motor damage actually, because I've had the valve cover off. But knowing me, you know, not checking the valves like I'm supposed to. But after I did my research, just make sure you do your research if you have one, because these trucks are very tedious, and you know, because they're EFI, you know, they're older, vacuum and all that. Make sure you do your research before you start tearing apart the motor or anything like that. Of course, the valve lifter, the lifters ain't bad to adjust or anything like that. There's only 8 of them, 4 for the intake, 4 for the exhaust, being that it's 4-cylinder. Now, I'm gonna pop the hood and show you guys what the motor looks like. The door don't work the greatest. See, hood pop. Pop the hood. Shut the door. Now, I don't think I have the hood latch, or the thing that holds the hood. I don't have that, so I'm just gonna have to use this red thing. That's pretty easy to use. I used to have 2 of them. Don't know what happened to them. So let's take that. Sorry about the camera quality. Go over here. So we're gonna pop the hood. So we're just gonna open up like that. I'm gonna put you guys on for a second. Get this hood propped up. So we're just gonna take it. And I'm trying to think. I think here, probably, if I had to guess. That shouldn't go nowhere. I hope so, because if it does, the hood's coming down on me. Alright, this is the 22RE motor. Different terminals, different battery. I'm not sure when that broke, but apparently it did. All your electrical stuff, put the rag over there so water don't get down in it. Your throttle cable. This is the intake. I got a part right now cleaning it because it's pretty nasty. Done change this whole piece out. This is, what do you want to call it, your mass airflow sensor pretty much on this truck. It's got a flap in there, opens up, you know, because the other one was kind of broke. So your cool packs. This goes to your this thing right here. These hoses connect. I have it disconnected right now, so it's easier to put that back on. But your valve cover bolts are these. There's 4 of them. You take this mounting plate off for your wires, so you ain't got to mess with that. You just pop this right up, valve cover comes off. Then your lifters are under here. That's one part of the EGR, and the EGR is right there. That's the EGR valve, and which has got a pressure regulator, or fuel pressure regulator, and some other things. But you know, not worried about that right now. Just worried about adjusting the lifters and then checking everything else over. I've checked most of everything over. Which there's a hose somewhere. I think I got it right here. This is the hose that goes to that. I got it. You know, this hose the valve cover, so I just keep all that attached when I take it off. Other than the EGR thing, that's gotta move out the way. EF5. The inside, in my opinion, I mean, you can tell it's kind of nasty, but being that it's 30 years old and probably never been cleaned before, it's actually not too bad. Keep that over there so nothing falls down in the intake. The throttle body, hopefully that stays while I'm gone. The throttle body is somewhere over here. No, actually it's in my house, never mind. But I will show you that, but it's in the house, of course. I'll probably put that in a later video. It's got some that oil or whatever. That's not good, that's gonna burn. Oh well. So neat little motor. I mean, it's pretty clean for what it is. I mean, to be 30 years old and drove hard, you know, drove hard pretty much his whole life. These are one of the most reliable engines. Of course, they don't look very reliable right now, but you know, just stuff that the motor can't honestly help. You know, your tedious stuff, you know, your valves, all that stuff. That's stuff that the motor honestly cannot help. That's your job. Fact is, the motor has no damage after making those noises. Throttle position sensor. Your throttle position sensor bolts up onto the throttle body. There's a throttle cable and all that stuff. It's actually, I mean, pretty clean, to be honest. I have to show you guys that underneath the truck eventually. It's only got like one rust spot, so no rust spots on the frame, other than when they hit it on the side. Like, I don't know, this thing was hit. The hood's different. They've changed body parts, obviously, except for this side. I'm pretty sure this side's all original. My side has a different fender. Being the fact that it's kind of black right there, and you can see, if you can't see it because the camera's not focusing, but if you go over here, it's got like this tag on it, but it says Toyota, so it could be a different fender, being that it's got black paint. Usually that kind of black is usually a new fender out of the box, and it's got black here. If not, it's off a black Toyota truck, which this is also black, but you can tell that did not come off an actual Toyota truck. Come off a 1994, because it says somewhere in here, I remember seeing it says 94 right there, 1994 model. This is a 91. And that's all different. Got new belts, new oil pump and water pump, but on the 22R motors, you know, your oil pump is down here instead of being underneath the oil pan or somewhere out there. You know, new bolts, you know, and ain't got no pulleys other than the Hallmark balancer. You know, new clutch. You know, the clutch fin's ready. This radiator is preferably pretty much new, but I mean, those are your other sensors. Some other sensors over here. Try to keep everything marked and keep up with everything so you don't lose where the sensors go or the vacuum hose. The vacuum hose is more, in my opinion, probably more important than sensors to some degree, because the hoses, you know, the vacuum, if it's going for the wrong thing, your truck's obviously not going to run correctly, and it could damage something. Has new spark plug wires, a different distributor cap and rotary button, new spark plugs, new freshly oil change. Freshly oil. Now you're not gonna be able to see much, but you can tell that's, you know, new. Kind of down there if you can't see. But the truck, I mean, it's good shape. The breather thing that goes to this is inside the truck. But in my opinion, I'm very happy with the progress of the truck. Not mad at it. Just needs some doing and some work. Which, if we go over here, okay, good. I didn't shut the door. The sound gets me every time. It's missing like a door piece or something, or could just be where it's loose right here. I gotta fix that. But here's all your stuff. But it says 1990. and it is the 591 made truck, made in Japan. So that's always nice to know. You got the truck. This truck was actually made in Japan. Some are made in Canada and other places, but this one's actually a Japan vehicle, which explains why the bolts are hard to get to, because Japanese have crazy ways of working on stuff and have smaller hands most of the time. But you know, just these Japan made vehicles are just, I mean, it's kind of a big engine bay, but it's not very long, so if you're trying to motor swap it. Other than that, though, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the truck, to be honest. I mean, I ain't mad at it. It's typical of what you think about it. I mean, you know, just, you know, if you want to hate on it, that's cool. But, man, you know, people that really know these trucks and know stuff about them and like to work on things, you know, that's the people that, you know, you want to tell your truck about, because don't look like much, but it is a project truck, and it does run, and it does drive. But I'm not worried about it, because I've had this truck driving on the road plenty of times, and it was good before. Something just happened, and you got to, you know, check everything over. You know, if you ever get a vehicle from somebody that you know has been hard on it, and know, you know, and you know that maybe they didn't put something together right, always check your trucks. They didn't put the water pump on right, so I had to get a new water pump, new gasket, clean all the junk out. The seal, the front seal that goes to the oil pump, that was busted. Had to change that, but the oil pump itself was actually working condition pretty well. Everything else looks pretty good on the truck, to be honest. I mean, I've done had the valve cover. It looks great. You know, it looks real nice. Here's what's left of the 22RE sticker. That's what's left of it. Used to say 22RE, it's not now. Which I've always wondered if it's got, you know, sightings underneath it. Just layers of stickers. But anyways, guys, thank you for watching. See you on next video. Like, subscribe. Tell me what you think about the truck. If you got one like it, comment it. I'll see you guys on the next video. Keep you on the progress with the trucks and the mini bikes, because I gotta post some mini bike videos. But thank you guys for your support, and I will see you on next video. Peace.